Hello, Legion. It's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Ancient Relics. In our Legacy of the Forerunners series, we have just discovered our very second, archaeological site. It's not quite in our territory yet, but it will be soon. We also, in the last episode, discovered some primitives on they're called the Fexklanga civilization, but they're on Playon, what was it, 3? Yes, Playon 3. And then we had something on Playon 5 that I've forgotten. But we are hopefully going to be adding this to our territory before too long at all. We already have one archaeological site underway. We have discovered 3 clues, which is nice. So hang on, let's take a look at this together. This is not something, we went through this the first time. We're on chapter 2 of this particular anomaly, but it seems like there have been multiple phases. So there are both phases and chapters. And at each phase, there's a die roll. So this icon is literally a die 10. So if you're not looking at it closely, that's not a picture of like a space rock. If you didn't catch that last episode, that's a die 10. It's a 10-sided die, and it's showing that these dates, hang on. Okay, these dates are actually in order. So at the very beginning, this is our first die roll. So basically every time a phase ends, which I suppose is, every time this ticker finishes, it runs through, which is, I guess, roughly every 3 months. 90 days, that makes sense. They might get longer towards the end. I don't know how many phases go into each chapter, but there's a chance that you will uncover additional clues. Interesting. So this is the history of the die rolls and how many clues were uncovered each time. Handy. So you can kind of follow the progress and the random development of each project here. It's pretty cool. All right, so we've added Seishumia to our territory. I think I would like to go ahead and add a second trade hub here. That'll help us bring in that energy from Seishumia. Now, of course, having the trade hub will... there's some give and take because that's going to have an energy income, or energy upkeep, I believe. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. So we're going to gain 2. We're going to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And then let's go ahead and send you to Playon, because we want to get some society research from those guys.
Research
as soon
concluded.
As we can. What do we have? Mining station output plus 10%. That came at a good time. Yeah, the engineering research bonus has been running a little bit behind schedule. Let's go ahead and get that done. We also have a science ship on the way to investigate... Oh, they're not quite there yet. Where are they? They're right here. On the way to investigate a project that I forgot in episode 1, so we're taking care of that. An unusually deliberate geometric. I don't know why I misread that. Configuration of minerals drifts through the debris belt by C-233D and is possibly of alien origin. Leave B for now. Need these scientists to level up a bit.
Special project concluded.
So you can see, of course, which science ships are working on archaeology projects. Tianki, the spaceborne lifeforms, which the Ornathi head of society research has come to refer to as Tianki, are docile creatures capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can safely be ignored. Hunting them would be a net loss anyway. So this gives us the frequency tuning research option and the 10% tech progress boost to that particular option. So can I add you yet? No, almost. I'm really excited about that. Like unreasonably excited. Plus we need to add Galaman first. That's more energy than Playon. I want that society research, but I want that archaeological site even more. We have lots to study. Yeah. Was not able last episode. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, found it. It was hiding. It was hiding. You guys probably pointed it out in the last episode. I just didn't see it. All right, so we have some minor artifacts. So we can... Okay, so that just straight up gave that away. Note to self, there's no options there. We just got some energy for that. That's handy, I suppose. You can celebrate diversity. So a Xenophile ethics attraction, you can get museum exhibits. It's a planetary decision. Inspire our people with the wonders of the past. But what does the museum exhibits do? Or what does it do? So there are 3 possible relics, I think, that are currently in the game. One associated with the Mid-game crisis, the cons, one associated with the Ether Drake, and then there's another one associated, I want to say, with Megacorp, I think. Hey, okay, we've got another chapter. Once past the collapsed entrance, a tunnel bores deep into the earth, architecturally flawless despite its age. Kilometers down, it opens into a massive, perfectly spherical chamber. Floating in a suspension field at the very center is an inscrutable alien device, a semi-opaque, amber-tinted cube with intricate alien patterns inscribed on all 6 sides. Touching the inscriptions causes rhythmic pulses of light to be emitted from the cube. There is no trace of any known language, code, or mathematical equation in the chamber or on the puzzle box itself, but it is fairly safe to assume that the box is a riddle of some kind. Keep digging. Okay, so we found another minor artifact. Let's go back to this screen. So I could get more energy anytime I want just by doing that. But I think we'll hold off this time. We are 1 month away from another tradition. Can't wait for that. That'll help with our exploration. Let's get that starbase built. Yes, please. We want that one too, but not as much as we want that one. There we go. All right, discovery. Anomaly research speed is increased by 20. I assume that applies just to anomalies. I assume it does. Okay, so I think we are now able to colonize this world. Yes, we are. So we're going to build a colony ship on the capital. And this is going to be actually kind of like Athesa. Yeah, let's go with Athesa. All right. First try, best try. And speaking of which, I have that energy. I can use that for a very specific purpose. I don't know why I said speaking of which, but because I was actually jumping a few minutes back to when we were looking at the minor relics. But let's go ahead and clear that so we can get that 5th pop and then get a building going there. Now I can go ahead and queue up. Yeah, let's get that. Let's get rid of that as well. I don't have quite enough to clear the rest on Nelvadris, but that's fine. Mirada is the one that needed help after that issue that we weren't able to resolve for them. All right, so the starbase is being built here. Cannot wait to see what happens. All right, so we have this project about to finish.
Special project concluded.
There we go. Our continued studies of the massive skeletal remains on Safabun 3A have managed to shed some light on how the creature ended up on the moon. There are very faint residual energy readings that indicate some kind of dimensional portal existed briefly toward the rear of the skeleton. Science officer Bagrid Sukar theorizes that the creature passed through this gateway from another dimension, only to quickly perish in the hostile environment of Safabun 3A. Why it did this and where it came from are questions that may never be answered. Astounding. So we got some physics research to bonus out the, or to balance out the bonuses. To bonus out the balances? You know what I meant. From the, I think it happened at the end of the last episode, but we got a nice boost to these two. Or maybe it didn't. But anyway, astounding. Nice. So 6 months until all of our research is 5% faster. Very good. So we have this trade hub finishing, and let's go ahead and get the off-road trading company built as well to help with our energy production.
Construction project concluded.
And we can also go ahead and, oh, not quite yet. Hang on. Let's go ahead and get those mining stations built. It seems we have more to do. There's a system with 3 trade value here and some additional energy and minerals. So we're doing pretty well so far with our discovery of minerals and energy, just mineable in the area. I'm happy about that. We need more before we can get to Playon, though. And we still need to investigate Grimdor. I think this ship is on its way to do just that. Yep, it is. Good. I have some anomalies to look into as well. Speaking of that, hang on. Yeah, let's have Bakrig do this one really quickly, since it's on the way. Makes sense. All right, good. So that 5th pop has arrived. Now, do I want to go with the Autoton Monument, to where we have more Unity production? Probably a good idea. It's a good first choice. Let's go ahead and get that done. And then I have some stuff to clear here. Although there's not really... All it's doing is holding back my districts. I don't have to spend that energy now, but I've got it to spend. So let's do it. We are keeping things on speed 2 for the moment because in the early game, notifications can rapid fire, especially once you do tick up to speed 3. But I think it's working pretty well so far. You can let me know in the comments if you feel like the pacing is different. I normally do cruise at speed 3 in the early game when we don't have too much going on diplomatically. But given these artifacts and the fact that we have 2 of them now, well, soon to be 2 of them going at once, probably a good idea
Research concluded.
to keep it a little bit more paced. Research speed plus 5% is done. Colony development speed boost would be good. Do we want the capacity overload edict yet? Do we need it? Or do we want faster colony development? Yeah, let's go ahead and go for global energy management to have the option. Also, pop speed is going to be faster. Pop growth speed is going to be faster in about 10 months. Okay, getting close to being able to incorporate Playon into our territory. How are we doing on administrative cap? Nowhere close. We are playing tall this series. If you missed that in the last episode, I mentioned it a couple times, but sensors are reporting a number of possible points of interest within the dense debris field surrounding TFL 3547. Look into it, please. It's a reasonable research time. I'll take it. Oh yeah, 5 trade value in the Voon system, so we're definitely going to have to do more. Probably build just an additional starbase somewhere. A whiff of something. The ISS Hiramdur has recovered an elongated metal box from the surface of Seshumia 5. Clusters of small perforations on 5 sides lead Science Officer Bakrit Din Sukar to believe it is not a container, but some sort of aerosol dispersal device. Initial tests seem to confirm their suspicions as trace aromatics still emanate from the object. A special project has been issued to confirm whether this might be an information-carrying device constructed by some alien race, communicating primarily through the secretion and reception of atmosphere-borne chemical compounds, aka smells. Malodorous. All right, so let's go ahead and go for the olfactory study. Look into that before you leave Seshumia. It seems like there's another anomaly in Seshumia that you can track as well. Good to know. So Seshumia is
construction project
popping.
Concluded.
A lot going on. A whiff of something. Okay, the box is indeed a document of a sort. Oh good, that's a nice society research boost. Science Officer Bakri Den Sukar admits that they had been hoping for a historical record or some other kind of codex significant to whatever culture left it behind, but they were disappointed. The true nature of the aromatic box seemed to be a collection of fairly short narratives, which, going by the rapid changes in odor toward the end of each sequence, are intended to surprise or be interpreted as comedic. The techniques used to store and reproduce specific smells is of some interest, but the tales it tells, are not. The crew of the ISS Hiramdur are left with the uncomfortable feeling that they have unwittingly become intimately familiar with what certain gaseous byproducts of alien digestion smell like. However, Bakri Den Sukar is unwilling to speculate as to why the box was dumped on this frozen hellscape of a planet. You know what's interesting about this event? We've read this a lot of times across Stellaris series, since it was added to the game. It's one of the original events, anomaly-based events that can occur. What if the smells to an alien nose were actually like sweet, like intoxicatingly sweet? Wouldn't that be interesting? This always presents as like a negative, but what if the smells were unpleasant to other races, but very pleasant to this race, to our race that's discovering it? I don't know. Food for thought. Okay, so we do need to get this archaeological site looked into. But I guess we need to finish investigating there first. I can always just train another freaking scientist. Always a possibility. All right, so we do have a housing issue, and I think a good resolution here is to go ahead and just get a city district built, because that'll provide additional housing, and anyone working in the city district will help to provide more amenities, because there is an amenities issue, which is reducing happiness on the capital of Nelvadris. Let's not let that continue, shall we? Let's not, and say we didn't.
Concluded.
All right, pop growth speed is up. Very good. Let's go ahead and go for the hydroponics farm and hydroponics bay. It's just going to take 16 months. Not too terribly long. You can see the Tianqi flying around there. A golden disk strikes the forward viewpoint of the ISS Timdor as it is serving the weak gravitational field of TFL 3547. The object is recovered, and the cursory analysis indicates that the minuscule grooves on the disk's surface might be encoded audio and video data, authored by some alien civilization. You know what this is? You know what this is? This is Earth. So we can decode it. Xeno audiophiles would pay a lot for this. Yeah, adds the Sol system coordinates to the situation log.
Situation log updated.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We found Sol. We found Sol. We found Sol. Where is it? Track on the map. Ooh, it's not far. It's not in the accurate spot in terms of geography, but it's there. It's potentially there. That's wonderful. Okay. I love when that event fires. I really do. So we've just discovered Voyager, one of the Voyager probes, if you didn't catch the references there with the golden disk. All right, so we have a new colony about to be founded. The map the stars edict affecting our empire has ended. I don't know that we're able to renew it. Oh, yes, we are. But I'm going to lose... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and re-up that. Okay, I'm kind of tempted. I do think maybe it's time for yet another new science ship. Okay, so we've got another phase here. An archaeological site in our empire has been fully excavated. Oh, in that case, I will not use another scientist. I'll use the same one. So what do we have? Solving the puzzle box turned out to be quite an ordeal. Aligning the patterns themselves was not enough. They also had to be solved in a particular order, with the calculations of each step altering those of all subsequent ones, in nearly endless permutations. There was much time-consuming backtracking, but in the end, it was unlocked. As the last pattern clicked into place, the puzzle box exploded into millions of tiny points of light. The lights danced madly in the air for a few moments before coalescing to create words in some unknown language. Oddly, all witnesses to this event seemed to instinctively understand the message without knowing the words. For a few seconds before flickering out forever, it read, "You have passed the trial. We shall respond accordingly." Peculiar. Society research gained 500. Very nice. All right, so let's see what that's done for our... What were we looking at? It was the traditions and relics. There we go. It even says traditions and relics. And I just completely over it.
Commencing. All systems nominal.
Okay, so nothing new there. All right, we need more influence in order to get Playon in our territory. Good, there's more energy in Crimdor. That's what I wanted to see. Let's get you over here to Voon. And I think what we'll probably end up doing is putting a station in Galaman. That's not a bad system to have a station in. Either that or we'll put it in Asterope. That's going to depend on what we discover in the neighboring systems. Because, of course, the way that
system survey concluded
trade value works is it's based on how many jumps away per trade, what's it called? Trade hub that you put on a station. So because we have 2 on the Obnal station, we can collect trade value from up to 2 jumps away. And actually, does the... No. The Offworld Trade Company doesn't modify that. I thought it might. So, not messing with the new sector system just yet, but we're getting there. All right, so why don't you go ahead and excavate that site now, because you got nothing to do. You're also high level, so your experience gain should help you with that. All right. Definitely want to get that built, but I do... Playon, I think I'm going to get built before Voon. Nice! We've discovered a strategic resource in Crimdor. That's what I want to see. The ISS Crimdor has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource on Crimdor 2b dubbed volatile motes. These preternatural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploitation. Okay. And then Crimdor 2b has a colossal impact crater that hints that something big collided with the surface of the moon once. Let's have a look at that real quick. Yeah, you do that. Thanks. All right, so this overcrowding issue should disappear in 90 days. How are those factions doing? Yeah, they're about the same as far as how much influence they're contributing. Don't want to mess with that too much right now. It's too early. Too early indeed. All right, so we finally have a science ship that is exploring elsewhere in this area. I'm hoping for some nice discoveries in this particular area that's kind of tightly packed in with my existing empire. Asteroid collision. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Crimdor 2b at some point during the previous 1,000 years in what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impact crater. So again, this is 2b. Where are you? Right here. So this gas giant has 3 molten moons, and the second of the 3 has some spare minerals for me. So we've got some nice systems out here that we need to add ASAP. Also, he's almost done with that. So that's nice. All right, Task Force Campus. I love that that's the name of it. No pirates yet, thankfully. They're hanging out in the capital system. Our brand new colony is being established in Asteroid.
Research concluded.
What do we have? Good. The hydroponics farm and hydroponics bay is available. Let's go ahead and go for colonial centralization so we can access the planetary capital and Hall of Judgment. I don't think we need anything naval just yet. Hopefully I won't regret that decision, but I think we'll be okay. All right, we're almost done with the first phase. Actually, I don't think that's the way it works, because we're done with the phase, which would give us... Okay, no clues.
System survey concluded.
Curses. Now, this isn't easy because of the difficulty level, and we have a skill bonus as well. So it's an easy archaeological dig. Archaeological site. As compared to the last one, which was normal difficulty. But it was hell plus before we assigned to scientists, so hey, perspective. All right, so are we ready yet? Yep, let's go and get play on added. We've been waiting on that forever and a day. And then you are going to explore out this direction.
Anomaly found.
Atmospheric readings from Sadatoni 3A do not match simulated projections. Research, please. I want you to look into that anomaly. Oh, and I lost them there. Orders, my bad. All right, so let's go ahead and reestablish those. Good. Misclick. It happens to the best of us. And given how long it's been since I played Stellaris, I'm not necessarily sure that I can count myself as remotely close to that group. But I'll do what I can. So we're investigating that anomaly. This colony is still being built up.
Construction project complete.
Nice. All right, so we have colonized the edge of the galaxy. Let's build the observation post and the mining station. And I would like to continue expanding, but we don't quite have the influence for that. So we got the engineering boost. Minerals from miners plus 20%. Or do we want planet build speed plus 25? I think I'd rather have faster buildings. I think that's the one that I want to go for. So economically, we're doing all right. Much smoother start than the first go at Roma Galactica 2, huh? Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Sadatoni 3A's face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Pendurum Den Adazga is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadowcasting might serve. Shadow play modifier. So we got some research bonuses if we can get to Sadatoni, which is kind of what I was talking about. I kind of want some cool stuff out here, so it's getting there. All right, so I think we have this. Okay, it's still being built, but 50% done. You're just waiting in Voon. Although, again, we're going to wait before we establish a new starbase and trade hub, as much as I would like that sooner. Alien spacecraft, a badly damaged military vessel bearing elaborate alien insignia, circles Seishumia. The ship has suffered a heavy incendiary attack, which has melted its hull, leaving no survivors aboard. No weapons known to us today can produce temperatures high enough to cause such an effect. Perhaps the ship's logs may shed some light on its violent end. Examine
Situation log updated.
Okay, so Bakrig Den Sukar has developed new skills. Nice. Experience gain bonus. I'll take it. So the alien logs are available, and we're going to need you to investigate that before you go anywhere. Seishumia has just been a gold mine of potential research and projects and things going on. None of the new content, ironically, just a bunch of the old content. A bunch of the stuff we've seen a lot, but it's given us a lot, this particular system. And I am grateful. I am grateful indeed.
System survey concluded.
Okay, so I definitely want to add Voon first when it's time. But we're not quite there yet. Hang on, let's take a look at the lockers and see if there's one we can clear. Yep, let's clear that one. What about here? There are more we can clear, but none that are actually clearable yet. We need the technology for that.
Special project concluded.
Ah, the ruburator. An analysis of the ship's logs reveals that the crew met its demise when trying to retrieve an irreplicable alien artifact called the ruburator. It was stolen from their society by a pack of thieving rats, a curious choice of words as they themselves are most rat-like in appearance. The logs are mainly comprised of curses willing the rat robbers to the end of the universe and beyond. The crew has counted upwards of 50 individual worlds for defecation, as well as a wide selection of places from which a star's light cannot escape, but their arduous work has paid off. We have uncovered the last known location of the ruburator in a previously uncharted system, and if we are to believe its former owners, its powers are worth pursuing. We must have the ruburator.
Situation log updated.
All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and track that. Where are you? Oh, you're close. Oh, you're real close. It's a new system that was just given to us by virtue of that popping up. So, hell yes, go ahead and survey there first. We will eventually get out this direction, just not in this episode, evidently.
Construction project concluded.
All right, so now that we've discovered the ruburator, that's a good... I don't know if you can quite call that a cliffhanger. It's not quite intense enough, but it's exciting because we have another system that could potentially yield exploitable resources, and of course, whatever the heck the ruburator is, right there. So I'm grateful for that popping up. And of course, we have Earth to go and visit at some point before too long. So we're going to have to check that out in the future of the series. Lots to look forward to. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in the Legacy of the Forerunners series are coming out every day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.